and then disappearing. There's just a lot of mystery up here.
On an eerily quiet morning in the spring of 2016, Jared Augustine encounters his biggest mystery yet.
I work as a security guard. I like working nights because it's peaceful and quiet. You know, just the mosquitoes, birds, and wilderness. I live on patterns, so it was a pattern to go out at 3 o'clock. That's when I usually just walk around the building to make sure it's secure. I don't really expect anything to happen late at night. There's literally no one out. I looked up and I saw a bright light in the sky.
This first glance into the night sky will change Jared's life.
It felt like someone was shining a light in your eye. This was something very phenomenal.
The impact a UFO sighting has on an individual has to be one of the top experiences of their lives.
I knew it was something significant. I knew it was something special that was happening at this very moment. And that was pretty phenomenal.
Ordinary and unsuspecting people like Jared have been witnessing UFOs for centuries.
This is not anything new. People have been documenting sightings at least back to 1897.
The first well-documented backyard sighting happened in 1950.
Paul and Evelyn Trent were on their small farm outside of McMinnville, and they saw this saucer-shaped craft. Paul ran in and got his camera and took 2 photographs.
It's one of the first images that captures an alleged flying saucer. And it very much looks like the kind of typical flying saucer that has been cemented in our popular culture.
What really made these photos popular was the fact that Life magazine, they really led a sort of revolution, I think, in what we understood flying saucers and UFOs to be.
This is a UFO, popularly called a flying saucer.
New ideas and excited emotions grew as people turned their thoughts to the possibility of cosmic extraterrestrial life.
It exhilarated an entire generation that UFOs were real and they were here among us.
It was a bright blue object. It had a large body and it appeared to taper off.
Whether what they were seeing was, legitimately something otherworldly or just mythology, we don't know.
Don't you think it would be kind of unusual for a meteor to just fall across the road and hover over there a minute and then drop to the ground?
Humans have been telling stories about anomalous activities and paranormal activity for a very long time.
Nowadays, these mysterious crafts may look different, but they are revealing themselves to us with ever-increasing frequency, and they're being captured on film.
Today, we have orbs of light and sort of strange, anomalous, shape-shifting UFOs and tic-tac UFOs. UFOs themselves have changed as we've changed, as our technology's changed.
What's most shocking is how many of these mysterious lights are descending into our skies.
A very common sighting is a very bright light, what's often described to be an orb. You do not see structure or specific shape.
What are these lights? And why are we seeing them now more than ever?
It was a bright light. It was blinking. I was in shock because obviously this was not a helicopter. I kind of started running so I can get a better view of whatever it was in the sky. I was fumbling for my phone. I was like, I have the phone with me. Oh, what is that? Oh, you see that? Capturing something finally that I've actually talked about as a child growing up. Pretty surreal. I got a lot of hate for it. I recorded vertically, not horizontally. But that's due to excitement.
But excitement quickly turns to fear.
Oh, what is that?
Jared is overcome with the feeling that the UFO is getting closer.
When the orb dropped, I felt very creeped out. I felt like maybe something was coming behind me. And I was just like kind of hoping that at least someone else was there. And there was nobody. It's just me and this bright light in the sky.
Frozen in place, Jared waits for what might happen next.
When you're all alone and encounter something, there's no one that can help you.
It's something that triggers a sort of anxious response because we can't put into words what this encounter is.
Anything can happen.
The orb itself that was in the sky shot 2 more orbs. It did a triangle formation. I just kept staring at it in awe.
That's when you sit up and take notice. Something is separating from this craft. How do you explain that?
He's not alone. 5,700 kilometers south, a shocked family captures video of another mysterious orb splitting into multiple lights.
Is that a comet? Guys, come here, look!
This is clearly an unusual object. It's very hard to say what it is. All we know is this is an anomalous light of some kind.
The video then becomes quite dramatic when this large red ball begins to eject sort of smaller red balls below it or into the sky around it.
It's a situation that prompts panic.
What is that? What is that?
Is the object physically splitting in two? Is it expelling smaller craft?
Look at that. Do you see that?
The splitting doesn't seem to fit our physics.
I don't like that.
Hey, I see it too!
That's
I don't like
scary.
it either.
That's
I've never
scary.
seen nothing.
I do see it.
That's just so remarkable and so out of the ordinary. It does not fit into any of our conventional categories.
Not a drone, not a helicopter. It's nothing conventional as we would think of it. I can certainly tell you what it's not. What is it? That's a little bit more difficult.
When the first orb dropped, then I kind of knew it can't be a Chinese lantern. It can't be a drone. It can't be a helicopter. It can't be flares.
Just as Jared thinks the experience couldn't get any stranger,
Whoa, that moved really quick.
the incredible movements of the otherworldly craft leave Jared stunned.
My mind was blown. Like, what is happening? What is going on?
When that object suddenly drops, that moment takes your breath away because conventional aircraft really don't do that. As if you needed any more convincing, you know you're looking at something highly unusual.
Encountering a UFO is a life-changing experience that plagues its eyewitnesses.
I felt scared, but I actually felt terrified.
Haunted by what they've seen, these people's lives will never be the same again.
Any of us have this possibility to be moving throughout our day, and then we have this encounter with the unknown.
It can happen to anybody, just it doesn't happen to special people. It happens to the average Joe.
For Jared Augustine, it happened on a routine night shift when a mysterious light appeared in the sky. It's just the first surprise the UFO has for the man on the ground.
Whoa, that moved really quick.
The orb itself went from point A to point B just real quick, just real fast.
There seems to be incredible acceleration, stopping on a dime, and then accelerating to fast speeds once again.
With Army Base Fort Wainwright nearby, could this be a military craft?
I'm used to seeing helicopters fly around, jets fly in the sky because they're very distinctive. I can tell the difference. Not really that hard when you grew up in a town like this all your life.
But this craft didn't sound like a jet or a helicopter. It didn't sound like anything at all.
It was quiet. No propellers. It was just quiet, blinking light. The only thing I sensed was just my fear.
When we see anything move at a high rate of speed, a car, a motorcycle, we expect the roar of that engine.
It's gone. Gone. It just kept blinking, and then that's when it just shut off. It was gone.
Fearful of ridicule, Jared is tight-lipped.
I only told my closest friends. To me, in my personal opinion, it was a UFO. But to the world, that's up to them.
A few hundred kilometers down the west coast, just outside Seattle, Tim Senor's day at the beach is eclipsed by mysterious events in the sky.
It changed my mind about everything right then and there.
The Pacific Northwest is the second most active area for UFOs in the country. So people in the Seattle area are not strangers to UFO sightings.
But Tim Senor isn't one of them, and his skepticism is about to be shattered.
It's a very hard topic to get your mind to accept. I was raised in solid foundation in science and nature, and this was a whole new paradigm for my entire family. My story is hard for even myself to believe.
I think we're compelled to understand the world within our scientific framework, because that's the way we have come to know and understand the world around us in our modern age.
It's hard to talk about that light. So you may...
Okay, take your time.
It was a slightly overcast day. The whole family decided that they would take a trip down to the ocean side to experience the lowest tide of the year and do some scavenging and see if they could see anything that's usually underwater. My mom had her attention drawn to something that was in the sky just north of Seattle, and she pointed in the air and said, "Did you hear that?" I just kind of looked up towards where she was pointing, and my sister's oldest son pointed in the same direction and said, "Oh, look, a saucer." My whole family was struck by an intense feeling. It was out of the ordinary.
All of a sudden, instead of seeing the sun or clouds, we see something else that normally isn't there. This is something that can be pretty haunting, and it can kind of frighten us.
I was trying to decipher what it was that I was looking at. It did look like a saucer-shaped object was just sitting static up in the sky. I attempted to capture that with my phone. It was a dull gray with two round porthole-looking objects in the upper right-hand quadrants. I can get emotional even thinking about it. Suddenly, my father saw something and he said, "Well, what's this down there?" It moved literally from one end of northern Seattle down to western Seattle within a breath. It was faster than something falling from the sky. It was faster than gravity. It's very odd. It's very, very odd.
Well, we can triangulate to the point where we know these things are moving in excess of several thousand miles per hour.
This for any aircraft would be impossible. So whatever Tim saw, if it's real, was definitely able to break a lot of laws of physics.
Alone with his family and vulnerable to whatever this mysterious object might be, Tim's mind reels.
this is a real thing, and I witnessed it. It feels traumatic because it's a new paradigm of thinking for me. It makes me not sure how to raise my own children. It has worn on my psyche quite a bit.
Astonishing footage of an unidentifiable possible alien craft maneuvering and rocketing through the air was also captured by unsuspecting friends one fateful afternoon in Beaver Valley, Utah.
They were using a drone to sort of hover over a forested area and take just, scenery and footage of sort of this natural environment. It wasn't until they were going over their footage that they noticed this white object flying by. The video, when it first came out online, went viral. It created a lot of buzz and traffic. The way the object flies in the footage is really what's convinced a lot of people to believe that it's a genuine UFO event. The speed at which this object would be traveling would be in the thousands of kilometers an hour.
A car goes from 0 to 60 in 10 seconds. These craft go from 0, thousands of miles per hour, in a split second. We were to do that, that would turn the pilot into jelly.
Back on the coast, the excitement and shock compounds as Tim Senor discovers that speed isn't the only mystery surrounding the UFO he spotted. Now, a second object comes into view.
I was like, oh, there's more than one. This is where the story takes a turn, and you're gonna have to suspend your disbelief and just take this as face value.
Every day, regular people all around the world are seeing horrifying events unfold before their eyes.
There's so much information, and it's all happening at once. My mind just goes, and I get tingly and emotional. I could cry right now, just thinking about it.
In that one moment, a lifelong foundation of beliefs can come tumbling down, along with any sense of safety or security.
Encountering a UFO is an uncanny experience.
You question everything that you thought you knew. You probably question your sanity.
I thought this must be a plane, this must be a reflection. Even seeing it, even witnessing it, it's too big a jump.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime glimpse into another world, maybe another universe of possibilities.
But what he witnesses next presents a possibility Tim Senor is not